hola, hello, welcome and welcome back. I am EJ, the owner and creator behind EJ's Creations. If you are new to my channel, we crochet, we embroider, we do all of the crafty things, and we run a small business. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the last market I did on October 5th of 2024 in Lake Conroe, which is north of Houston for those of you that don't know. And the event wasn't as I expected it to be. I have done this event before, and this event was very successful at that time, and a lot of my Halloween things sold in that particular show or that event last year or year before. I think it was year before, or maybe last year. No, I think it was last year. Anyways, so first, let me start by, the event didn't start till later, I think till like 11 a.m. And so my husband and I left pretty early because we wanted to get there. Our plan was to be there an hour and a half earlier than setup time, which was 10. And so we do live 3.5 hours away from Conroe. And so we did leave on time. But when we got to the Houston, Texas area, there was so much traffic. And there was so much construction that it made us pretty late. So mind you, we get there, we set up. It's hot, it's very humid. I mean, by the time we did the second round of unloading, we were drenched. It was like if we jumped into the lake and got out and then just started setting up. Like, we were drenched. And so, but we continued, we persevered, continued to set up. And as I was setting up, of course, because we were late, we did have shoppers and they were buying. I did have a special where if you bought one t-shirt, you get the other one half off. And they were selling at $15 each. So that was a big hit. We did sell a lot of t-shirts, but our number one item of selling, of course, was t-shirts and then pumpkins. I literally was pulling the wagon with the tub of pumpkins in the wagon. People were stopping me that they wanted to buy them, and I kept telling them, well, I'm at that booth in the corner if you want to come on over, because I didn't have my card reader with me or anything like that. So I couldn't just, pull over and sell them the pumpkins, but my pumpkins were the ones that sold t-shirts, pumpkins, and plushies this time. It's weird how you could do the same event, get a different crowd, and different things will be more are more popular than others. So it goes to show that you can't, even though you've done an event, you can't just say, oh, I know that these are going to be my number one sellers, let me make 10 of these, and then those don't sell and other things do. So it was good to see my plushies go. People didn't have a problem with the pricing. I think the only one was with the Santa and the Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I had several people interested in them. One person in particular almost took it. She had it, she was ready to pay for it. And then whoever she was with, the other lady she was with, talked her out of it. And she kept justifying, but they're handmade, they're crocheted, look at them, they're very cute, blah, blah, blah. And that one lady just talked her out of them. So I was really upset that Debbie Downer was there. And Debbie Downer needed to go somewhere else because she interfered with my sale. But anyway, nonetheless, I have them, so I will be displaying them in my home, when we move, because we'll be there second week of November, and we have a fireplace, so I will set them up there and they'll look cute there. So I kind of was hoping low-key that they didn't sell. No, I didn't want to make them again. They were a lot of work. So those things that I make just to see if I can make them, if they're a lot of work, I'm not going to make another one. I'm just going to keep the one if they don't sell, So that was one of the items that I did really want to keep, and so I was happy that it stayed. But low-key, I did want them to sell. So there was that. I did, the booth was $255. I was supposed to have a bigger booth, but they gave me a 10 by 10. And I argued with them. I showed them my receipt, showed them what I paid for, And they're like, well, you know, you could just kind of put stuff like, because there was like room between myself and then we were like kind of in the corner. So in between myself and the other vendor, there was room there. So she was like, just go ahead and set your stuff there. That's kind of what I did. I kind of went outside of my 10 by 10 space, but I feel like that was still unfair. Had I stayed in Texas, I probably would not have signed up with the vendor again because I felt like that was unprofessional. If I paid for a bigger booth, I should have got a bigger booth, you know, that size booth. They gave me a 10 by 10, well, a little bit more because, you know, I went outside the booth, but that's okay. I did sell close to $800. So that was pretty good. I was pretty excited about that. You know, again, I did not get to set up completely. It was a hot mess. Like I said, you know, we got there late. It was freaking hot and it was more humid than the heat, you know, because humidity is it does a number. And my husband and I were both exhausted and we were drenched and we kept taking turns. We were really close to the clubhouse and inside there they had the AC. So we just kept kind of taking turns going in and out and drinking the free water. That was ice water that they were in, you know, plastic bottles, but they were in ice. So they were really cold. So we kept taking turns going back and forth. My husband couldn't really handle it as far as heat, and I do apologize, but the lighting, it's kind of like gloomy today. Sun keeps going in and out. But anyways, so he couldn't really tolerate the heat as well as I could. So I just kind of let him go, and I was doing everything, and I actually got tipped several times because, you know, not only was I hot and hungry and sticky and sweaty and probably smelly at this point, I was still really friendly, smile on my face, no regret, customer service, you know. And, you know, to be honest, most of the time when I don't like to be sticky or anything like that. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like living in Texas because of the humidity. It doesn't get as humid in Austin as it does Houston. But Houston was just, you know, Conroe is where we were at, was something else. Like I said, it was like if we went into the lake, got drenched and came out. But that's okay. So that happened. We made our money. We made some money. And now I have that. So when we move, I'll be able to buy some blank products for my next show. I've already signed up for some shows out in our new state. I am like so excited that they even had any. There is a Christmas one. I think I might sign up for it, you guys. I'm gonna see once we move. Well, I think cutoff time for that is mid-November, I want to say. I might just sign up just to see if I get accepted, and if I do, I'll do it, and if I don't, that's good, because I kind of, so part of me wants to do that show, and then part of me doesn't, because I want to get a feel for this new state and what the vibe is there, right? What is it? What's popular there? What's popping and stuff like that. So I want to kind of get that vibe before I actually sign up. So the shows I did sign up for are in March and April, which is plenty of time for me to, you know, scope it out and see what, you know, what it's like and what I need to make next. I still have a lot of inventory, but a lot of it is seasonal. That's one of the reasons why, you guys, I don't like to do seasonal. But I listened to customers and, you know, my kids telling me you need to do more seasonal, and I did, and they didn't move as quick, or it didn't move like the quantity. I still have a lot. So I'm going to actually be doing a clear out sale once I move. So in November sometime, I am going to, because I don't want to set it now and then I get orders and I'm driving on the road and I can't fulfill them, because I absolutely love to turn around orders immediately. If I got orders today, I would go to the post office and drop them off today, because I live very close to it. That's just how I am. I like, you know, I think of myself as a customer and how quickly I would want my items. And so that's how I treat my customers. So anyways, I don't want to set it now because also I need to check my inventory, because when, as you know, we had the estate sale, then we had the show, then we had to pack. pretty much everything is packed. I just have I have a box open right here for last minute things. I actually was gonna leave some crochet items out for me to do, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna take a break. I'm just reset, right? Reset, refresh. When I get to the new state, I'll be excited about it and I'll want to do more. When I went to go visit it, because so that was the other thing, like after the show, that following weekend, I literally, well, that Wednesday, Thursday, was it Thursday? Yeah, that Thursday morning, I flew out to the new state with my older daughter. So she and I went together. We went to go look at some properties that that my husband and I are going to be renting. And so we kind of wanted to get a feel. Like I wanted to see what areas, you know, what the houses look like and things like that. Now I didn't get exactly what I wanted. If I could have just taken the square footage from one house and put it in another, I would have done that. Because I feel like, so the house that we did rent, downstairs is really small. Like the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, it's really small to me. But the upstairs bedrooms were, you know, a decent size. They're not as big as these rooms here, but it's actually a 5-bedroom. So, and it does have like an open loft where I thought, okay, I can put the embroidery machine. I did keep my embroidery machine. I did not sell it. And my sewing machine. I kept one sewing machine, which is the smaller one that I'm just gonna do, you know, things for myself. There is an idea that I have. I don't want to share it just yet because I want to see if I'm going to do that, how that's going to work out. Then I'll share it. But as far as sewing goes, and then crochet, well, yeah, you know, yarn, you could just kind of put it anywhere. I have so much yarn. I didn't realize how much yarn I have, you guys, after I started packing. When we came back from the trip, I started packing and I couldn't believe it. But yes, I did do a yarn haul, so I am going to show you that in just a little bit. And that is because I went with my daughter and daughter-in-law to IKEA, and then near IKEA was Joann's, and we kind of popped in there. My daughter-in-law crochets, and then, you know, I crochet, of course. And I was actually looking for some yarn to do a cat for my grandson because he asked for one, but I didn't have the right yarn. So I did get the yarn, so I told him I would do it when I move, and that way I could take my time, make it perfect, and do the eyes exactly like the cat that he had that passed away. And then, you know, I just got some things that I'm gonna need, cleaning, you know, things for the new place. And I didn't want to go there and go to IKEA and get the things because I want to clean before we unload. So we did hire movers to come and load the truck here, and then we hired movers there to unload, because I told my husband, nope, not unloading. I've done that before, and I'm like tired of moving, and I'm tired of packing, and I just don't want to do it anymore. And you know, again, after the estate sale, it did eliminate a lot, and then I am still taking things to Goodwill. Now I'm taking more like clothes and shoes that, you know, yeah, I could put it on Poshmark, but I don't want to carry it no more. I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna, their name brand too. I rather just give them to Goodwill. Goodwill's doing a good cause by employing other people, and so I'm giving them second chances. So why not, you know, give them to Goodwill? I know they're making a profit, but I can do it as a write-off as well. So that's how I see it, win-win situation there. We did sell pretty much all of our furniture. So yeah, I don't know. I know what I want now. Like I want something different than what we had. And so that's what I'm going to be looking for when we move. I've already started looking, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that is that. Did pretty good at the show. I'm so glad that I at least made the booth money and profit. That's always a plus. So don't ever get discouraged to do shows, but kind of, you know, like I kind of based it when I was planning for that market. I kind of based it on my previous experience, and then it was totally opposite from that. And I was just like, oh, really? But I was so glad to see plushies go, because I have had the plushies for a while. Now, I'm not much of a plushie maker either, so I do still have a little bit. And I'll like make like, you know, like I did the seahorse, my Mackenzie the seahorse sold. You know, I'll do things like that just because it's done with worsted weight, and it looks a little bit more detailed than actual, you know, like the bulky yarn. But I do like working with the bulky yarn too, so I will do, you know, do some plushies just as an add-on, not as my main thing. My main thing are the sweatshirts and t-shirts and, you know, beanies and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, so I based it off of that, and it went another direction, and that's okay. That's okay. I didn't get to put out the bowl cozies. I was trying to get rid of them. I do have them on my website right now for $5 each. So if you're wanting a bowl cozy and you don't sew, and you're wondering what they are, they're a bowl, right? They're shaped like a bowl. It's fabric, cotton, everything's cotton. And you can put your bowl, like say you're gonna warm up pasta, and you can put your bowl of pasta in there, put it in the microwave, heat it up, take it out, and you don't have to worry about burning your hands on the porcelain or, you know, the plate that you put, the bowl you put your pasta in. Now you just take it out and you're comfortable, you can eat it like that, and it's very decorative, you know, as well. So I do have those on my website right now for $5. I do have to update the inventory on that and add some of the ones that are not on the website, add that to it. And then I did donate a lot of things. Now during the estate sale, I did sell a lot of my handbags that I made. I was so happy that they went. And I think I talked about it in my last vlog. It's been a while and I do apologize, but you know, I was so happy that they bought them because I put a lot of time and effort in those. And yeah, I did sell them really, really cheap, but at least they went to someone that appreciated. And also a cape that I sewed and out of wool fabric. And I sewed that one really cheap too, because that was like the very first thing that I sewed. Or that I made, right? And so the girl was a librarian and she really loved it, and she tried it on and it fit her perfect. And for me, it was a little bit too big because I am really petite. So for her, it fit her perfect. And so, you know, I was thinking about like those capes and ponchos and stuff like that. That might be something I make and take to this new state that I'm going to be in, because it is a lot cooler there and people will probably wear those kind of things, but I gotta get a feel for it. So before I even, you know, go down the rabbit hole making all kind of stuff, that is what I want to do. I want to scope it out, see the type, what they wear, what they're using, what they gravitate towards, go to these different markets, which I plan to go even to farmers markets. And I am planning, like after my first visit or so, to maybe apply to farmers markets, because I need to, you know, make money. We're a small business, right? I don't really make anything online, and that's me just being honest. You know, I'm always going to be honest with you. I am still paying for it. I talked about canceling my service with Shopify because, you know, I'm paying $41 and I've not made a sale. Like, what's the point, right? I could just go to Etsy and just, you know, pay the 20 cents to listen and pay the back fees, like, you know, pay the fees in the back end. You don't have to put it up front or pay every month like you do Shopify. So although I love having my website, but I don't know, we're going to see, because I did make some money, right? I did make a profit. I'm going to pay for a couple more months and then see if I can't turn that around. I should be posting more on social media, but because, like I said, I'm still packing and trying to clean up. Like I just emptied the sewing room. There is absolutely nothing in there. So I cleaned the windows, cleaned the blinds out, dusted everything off, and then vacuumed it. So it's closed up, you know, that one's ready. The next room is this one. And this one, I have this desk, but because I'm still using it, I probably in the end of this week, today is Monday, October 28th. So probably on Friday, I will break down the desk. I don't have to, but it just will take less space, you know, in the truck. Although we don't have anything, literally, like I really feel like the truck that my husband rented is bigger than we need it, but that's okay. So I think I'm gonna break this down. If I don't break it down, it's just, you know, it does have like the what is it, the connector, it does have that, the side one, but I did break that piece down and I just kept this one. I sold my standing desk So I don't have that. That thing was huge, and that was a monstrous. It was heavy. So right now all I have here is like my laptop, this desk, my printer, my treadmill here, and the box, the open box that I was putting stuff like last minute things in. That's where that box is going to be. And then I'm going to actually finish packing up. And then I do have my rabbits. I do have little bunnies that I have their little playpen. So when we do go and stop at a hotel, I'm going to, you know, let my bunnies go in their little playpen instead of keeping them in their carriers, because they need to get out and hop around. And then my little puppy, well, he's not a puppy. He looks like a puppy because he's so tiny. I mean, he's free roam. You know, he can roam around the room. But I've been trying to find, like, I was trying to crochet a sweater for him because he's so tiny. He's like not quite 5 pounds yet, or not quite 5 pounds. He's a little under 5 pounds, but he's like 16 years old. And I was trying to crochet a sweater for him so that he could wear it out there so he'd be warm. But he would not let me measure him, and he's just fiddly sometimes. And so I thought, you know what? I don't have time for this. I'm just going to see what he has. I found a really thick sweatshirt that he had, so I threw that in the wash along with his blankets, and he'll just wear that. And he's just gonna have to wear that. And I do need to find a little raincoat for him. I did try to go this weekend and look for one, and I had no luck. I mean, I went to Home Goods and they had the cutest little Joe Cool dog clothes, you know, with Snoopy on it. They had little pajamas and everything, but they didn't have a XXL small. They only had an extra small. I bought it and it was too big, so I had to return it. Anyway, so there's that. I know I'm just rambling now, but I just want to get you caught up to speed on what I've been up to. Like, that's what I've been up to, is really just packing, cleaning, organizing things, you know, taking everything out of the room and putting them out in that big room. And then my husband's taking them downstairs and putting it into the empty living room. So that way, because we hired the mover for 2 hours, because we don't really have a lot. It's a lot of boxes. They could literally pull it on the dolly and put it out. And so we're trying to keep it within that 2 hours. So we figure if we move all of the big items that we want them to put into the truck, which is all the heavy things like the boxes, the bed, the washer and dryer, like those things. And then all the other things, my husband and I can do that. So my husband's just taking them, I'm wrapping them up, and he's taking them out. I'll put them out there, and then he takes them downstairs. And so our house just looks like a warehouse right now. But that's okay, because it's temporary. So except for this room. This room is kind of like, you know, like I said, a box, a treadmill, desk, a printer. I don't have a box for this printer because I actually bought this it was a display when Staples was going out of business near where my daughter lives. A couple years ago, I was doing notary. I was doing a lot of loan signings, and so I needed a laser printer, and that's what I bought here. So that's what that is, but I don't have a box for it. So I'm gonna have to like see if it'll fit in a box and probably put other things in it so it's not shifting around, you know, because if I put it in a small box is too small. So if I go to a medium, it's too big. So I may just put that in there and then put some other things with it. We'll see. Anyways, so let's just go on the Joann haul. So the other yarn, I think it's in the other, it's in the other room, in the big bag that I have. So I'm just going to show you the yarn that I have here that I bought. My daughter-in-law, so we went to Joann's, and my daughter-in-law picked up the last two things of yarn, and I was like, oh my God, I love that color. You know, like I really want that color. And so we went looking all over this Joann's. You know, I don't really like going to that Joann's because it's really like upside down. Like it's not organized whatsoever. So we were looking everywhere. We didn't find any more. So she bought the last two, and it was on sale. They were originally like $9.99, and she got them for $4.99. Now, I went online to Joann's not knowing that they actually had them at the Joann's that I go to. That I, you know, is closer to me, but still far away. They actually had some in stock there. So I was like, I'm gonna buy them online. I had the 20% coupon with that, and then I could just go and pick them up. That was my goal. Well, when I added them to the cart, and I put the 20% coupon, you know, into the cart, you know, added that, the little things of yarn ended up being $3.99 each. plus, you know, free shipping because I went to pick it up. So I was excited about that. Plus I got additional $5 off. So I was happy about that as well. So let me show you what that is. It's just a bag. I got 6 skeins of them. And it is this Big Twist Supernova. And it is the colorway Mars Landing. Look at that. Isn't that really like fall colorish? I really thought that, oh my gosh, that would be really pretty. Like, so I have 6 of them because at $3.99, I mean, you can't beat that. I think I paid 20 bucks for it because I got additional $5 off. And I thought, you know, this could be a really nice top, or it could be a really nice like poncho or scarf and a beanie. And I may even have enough to do all of them, right? Because there's what, how many yards is there in here? I don't see where it says the yardage. Oh, right here. 475 yards per skein. So I feel like, you know, it's pretty thin too. Like, I feel like I can get something out of all of these 6 same color. Like, I really love these color combinations. So I'm gonna see what I make with this. But that's my haul from Joann's. That's what I bought. The other, when I went to the other Joann's, I just bought like what did I buy? I bought the yarn for the cat, but I don't remember the color. And then a small little like skin color for another project that I'm working on. But that's all I have. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for, you know, my new subscribers. I saw that my subscribers went up, so thank you and welcome to my new subscribers. And again, thank you for my existing subscribers. And we're already headed to 26 minutes. You know, YouTube, I've had problems with them uploading my videos more than 30 minutes. But let me know if you have any market plans coming up and how that is going and what you're working on. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.